Welcome everybody. Hey, this is my mead making video, and we're just gonna make a really simple mead, and it's so easy that anybody can do it. The only factor is patience. So for the honey, you just need any kind of honey. It depends on your flavor. There's so many different flavors out there, but you just need 3 pounds, 3 pounds or 48 ounces of honey. You need yourself a jug, about 1 gallon jug. They're pretty cheap on Amazon. They usually come with one of these, and basically all this is that it allows the gas from the fermentation to escape. And then you put some water in here, and that basically prevents any bacteria or any other bad stuff from coming back up this way and into your mead, because there's going to be so much sugar and stuff in there that anything that gets in there is going to grow. So you don't want any gross stuff growing in there in your mead. So this keeps that from happening. Plus, it also lets you know that it's fermenting by the bubbles that come up through here. So you need one of these, and of course a funnel to make it easy to pour stuff down into your jug, and some kind of nutrient. Now these are dried cherries, and you can use raisins as well, but the purpose of this is to give your yeast nutrition other than just simply raw sugar to feed on. You can also use what's called ferm-k, which you use 1 gram of that after 6 hours, and then you add another gram of it 18 hours after that. And it's a slow release formula that adds other vitamins and stuff in there that your yeast will need to live long enough to get your drink nice and alcoholic. I don't know why this. It's an old lime. I don't know why that was there. And then 3 liters of water. I'm using the good stuff. So I took, it doesn't really matter, 2 liters, 1.5 liter. Set it aside, you warm it up. And you want to get it between 105 and 115. So yeah, the water is perfect right there. First thing you want to do is to sanitize your jug. Now, sanitizing a jug, there's sanitizers and stuff, but there's a really easy trick to that. Let me take this out. This is 1 gram of champagne yeast. That's 118. There's other kinds that you can use that give it a different palate, but I find that one to be the best for sweet wines. And you just want to add a little bit of water to the jug and just kind of slosh it around. You just want to slosh the water around inside the jug here to coat the inside nice and evenly. Like so. And then you just dump it in the microwave on its side and set it for let's see, 1 minute and 20 seconds. And you just we'll just let it dance around in there for a little bit, and that's that kills all the little germs and anything that might be clinging inside of there. It's too bad you can't hear them scream, like ah. Just give that a minute. So everything here is all you need. It's already prepared. Just the yeast, the honey, whatever nutrient you're going to use for it. It can be any kind of dried fruit for the nutrient. You can use dried raisins, dried craisins, like me, dried cherries. It doesn't really make much of a difference to the color palette because it's not really gonna leach out into the meat as much as the other stuff that you can add. And you can add pretty much anything you want to the meat. That's the wonderful thing about this. Like, you can add orange peel. You can add oh, scene, you trying to get up underneath the mattress again, you little shit. I hear you. He knows I'm busy in here right now, so he's trying to climb up underneath my sheets on my mattress and knock everything down. I'm watching you, Scene. Damn, he might get away with it too. Alright, this is finished. I'm sure this isn't too hot. Right there. You just dump out the excess water, because you don't want tap water in there. Okay, there you go. Now the fun part, and the longest part of this initial setup, is pouring the honey into the jug. And honey is thick, so it's going to take a little while. Once it starts going, though, it'll be easier to pour down there for some reason. The first time you pour it into a funnel, it's going to take a little bit. Just give it a moment. While I'm doing that, I'm going to take one of these little hand cuppies, the modern mitt. And I'm just going to take just a tiny bit of this water and dump it into the yeast. I'm just going to take a little bit of honey too. Just slip it in there like that. And get like a little stirring thing. Just give that a little mix. And basically what that does is just wake up the yeast and say, hey, it's time to get to work. I'll let it start waking up and activating in there. And by the time we're ready to pour it into the jug, it's going to start bubbling. I'm going to just turn that off temporarily. Don't want it too hot because it will kill some of the yeast and it will change the flavor of the mead. So now, most of this right now is just waiting for the the honey to pour down the jug. Meanwhile, look at the yeast. Look how puffy that is. That's a happy yeast. That means we're going to have some good mead. This is also a good way to make sure that your yeast is alive. If you have lots of yeast besides just one packet, you always want to try to activate it separately first just to make sure it's alive, so you don't pour dead yeast in there and you're sitting on this thing forever and you're just like, well, why isn't it bubbling? Okay. Now that that's about done, you can go ahead and pour your yeast in there, and then follow it up with the warm water. Just very carefully pour it in. During this time, you also want to add your raisins or your dried fruit, any kind that you're using, if you're not using the ferm-k. So I'll just take the funnel out temporarily. Just make a little hand funnel there. Just drop all those little guys in there. Come on. This one's afraid to swim. There you go. Now you just take the cap, put it on there, and you give it a good shake-a-shake-a. You want to shake this up really good to get all that honey liquefied, mixed in there really good with the water. It's a party inside. Oh yeah. Shake, shake, shake. Shake the booty and run. Okay, I forgive you. I don't remember that song just the way that it sounds. Oh yeah, shake, 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 Sonora. Shake the body line. Work, 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 Sonora. Work it all the time. Here we go. Alright, it's all shaken up pretty good. Take the cap off, put the funnel on, and now we just need to fill the rest of the way up with the water, the unwarm water. Basically, you can go all the way up to right at the base of the neck. You don't want to go any higher than that because it'll cause too much pressure from the fermentation. You don't want to put all that escaping right at the neck. It's going to clog up your little carboy spigot. This container is exactly 3 liters. So that's good. You don't have to use it all. Now all that's in there. All you do is you just well, give it another shake just to get all that mixed well. There we go. Then just take this, take this little cap off. Make sure you keep those caps because that helps prevent stuff from getting inside of the tube when you're done with it. I need to remind myself that because I haven't been doing a good job of keeping them. Okay. Push this down nice and good. Now what I like to do is I like to get some food coloring. Oops. And put just a little bit inside the mouth here to let me know what kind of mead that I'm using. I'm trying to look at this through the... Okay. Like so. Doesn't matter how much you put in there, it's just to add color to the water that you're going to add. And then you're just going to add a little bit of water in there, not a lot. Yeah, so you want to get it to right where it says, the max line right there. You don't want the water to travel any higher than that whenever it goes all the way through here, because it causes too much pressure down on here, and then it has a hard time getting out, and you don't want that. You want the carbon dioxide to easily escape whenever it's fermenting. But there you go. There's the first step. There's the first step of starting the fermentation process. Get the fuck down there. That's just some coloring on top of there. It's not water. Now you see. It's pretty basic. That's the basic mead. And then I can show you over here the one that I started yesterday. This is my attempt at making a citrus. Now you see it bubbling right there? That's a sign that it's fermenting. You see the bubbles? And then I added some orange peel, cranberries, ground up Szechuan peppercorns to give it some of that numbing sensation, and some chamomile flowers. And basically you're going to end up having to wait for a month, a little more, a little less, before the next step. And the next step is going to be what's called stacking, or racking. I'm sorry, racking. And racking, it basically just means transporting the mead from one jug to another to remove all the gunk inside, all the sediments and all that, all the spices that you use. You get all of that out of there so that it can start to clear up and become drinkable. But that's it. That's all that there is for this first part. I will see you 3 to 6 weeks from now.